Last video, we made the spacer. This video, we are going to make the blade. So we go File, New, we select Metric, Standard Millimeters, press Create, and we start a new 2D sketch, selecting the XZ plane. Now, our material width is 25 millimeters wide by 253 millimeters long. So using the rectangle tool, I'm going to select the center of my drawing. Now I'm going to put the height or the length of the piece in first. So 235, press the tab key on my keyboard. It's swapped to the other text box and I'm going to type in 25. Enter. Now use the wheel on your mouse to adjust so you can see this correctly. Okay. We're going to start with the angle at the top of the blade first. So I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to select my line tool and I'm going to come right to the top corner. I am going to come down my line. I'm going to press tab. I'm going to type in, hold on. So I need to add 45 degrees. So this is going to be 135, 135. Select enter. And then I can just continue that line parallel to my edge. Okay. I can then use my trim tool to remove unnecessary lines. Okay. So that's the first part. Now the second part, down the bottom here, we have to put in a radius of 12 and a half. So what does that mean? So it's 12 and a half millimeters in from the edge. So that's the center. So the computer program already recognizes it's the center because I've got a green dot and I can confirm that by the dimensions in the box. So I'm going to left click. I am now going to come up. Now to make sure it's a parallel line, there's this tiny little box that's going to come up. Okay, and it's going to have two lines showing it's 45 degrees. So this is going to be 12 and a half millimeters as well, so 12.5. Now what I've got here now is the correct dimensions for my radius. Now I'm going to use the circle tool. So I'm going to bring my circle tool over, select in the middle, and I'm going to come down to the bottom. What I can now do is use my trim tool. And the computer program will recognize, okay, we're going to cut half the circle out. I can then remove dimensions that I don't need. Okay. So there we go. I've got that radius. Next step is this slot. Okay. And it starts with, and down the bottom and the top here, a radius of 3. So I'm going to get my circle tool again. Okay. And I'm going to type in 3. Okay. There we go. Now we need to know how big this slot is going to be. Here we have dimensions of 124. So I'm going to get my line tool, go to the center of that circle that I've just drawn, type in 124. Okay. I'm going to get my circle tool again. I'm going to do a radius of 3. Get my line tool. Come to the edge of my circle. Now you see from the center here, I can follow along and there'll be that little dotted line. It'll snap. I left click, zoom out. I'm going to come all the way down here now. And I know it's good because I've got this little circle with a line that's appeared. I'm going to click with my mouse. I'm then going to come to the other side and I'm going to repeat There we go. Now I'm going to use my trim tool again, and I'm going to trim away any parts that I don't need. So I need to get rid of the top and bottom part of the circle to draw the slot. I need to keep the line in the middle because if I delete the line, my dimension will change. All right, that looks like our blade has been drawn. So I can press finish sketch, zoom out a little. Now I can press extrude, and I'm going to select our piece that we want to extrude, and I'm going to change it to 3 millimeters. Press finish, and there we go. There is our blade. Very important, make sure you go File, Save As, and you name your part. Blade. Save. There we go.